Hello, I'm Lila Unique Allen, and this is the weekly rune reading for Life in Runes. If you're interested in viewing the rune readings as a blog post, or interested in some of my other writings, please visit me at www.uniqueallen.com. That's UNICALLEN. Thank you very much. Let's get started. Alright, blow out all your air, which might not be that much, and relax. And let your body inhale and expand and feel all the bits that felt a little deprived to fill again. And exhale. And inhale through your nose, gently, easily. Feel the breath expand the lungs and the diaphragm. Exhale through the mouth, feeling the body release. Again, inhale through the nose, following the breath in and down, feeling it invigorate all the parts of your body. And exhale through the mouth, allowing all those dusty tidbits and unneeded items to be released with the breath. And one more time, inhale through the nose. Feel yourself expanding. And exhale, bringing your attention to this time and this place. And let's see what the universe would like for us to know today. Or what we need to know today. What is the word today? Alright. The rune for this week is Ingwaz. Ingwaz is the rune of the hidden seed. It is the rune of spring, actually. It's one of those runes that was named after or correlated with a god. The god of the springs, not the water spring, but of the time of growth and possibly fertility. The Ingwaz rune is about two things. You can actually kind of see the two layers. One is about the seed that is underground, and in this spring, that's what we do. We plant our seeds. And many of us who are interested in gardens actually plant them out there and then leave them for other people to water. So we plant our seeds and we give them nourishment and water, and we know what we hope that they'll look like when they come out, and we know the expected cycle. You put your seeds in and you nourish it, and 1 out of 3 will bloom, and some of them may be red and some blue. On a more a less gardening scale and a more metaphorical scale, we put our ideas to work. We send out feelers for things. If we're selling services or items, we do marketing. So we put those seeds out there. There's also the seeds of the projects that we're doing. We plant them in the ground. We build things, or we put ideas out there in people's heads to see, what's your interest, what can we do, what can we get together. We dream dreams, different dreams, and then we see which ones we fuel, which ones we feed, which ones we give our energy to, which ones actually require energy, which ones we have the time for, which ones we go back and pay attention to. So the first half of that is the seed that is underground, that we dump stuff into, we feed, we water, we care about, we energize, we think about, but we don't know what it's going to be when it blooms. We know what we want, we know what we expect, we know what we hope, but we don't know what it's actually going to be. We also don't know when it's going to bloom. Regardless of the life cycle, some things do go along their average time, but everything and everybody has their own timeline, has their own breath, has their own cycle. So some things may take a little longer, some things may take less long, and so we feed, and we nourish, and we hope, and sometimes we fear, sometimes we give up and walk away, sometimes we don't. So there are a whole bunch of different aspects that can go into the seeds itself. The other part of Ingwaz is the sudden springing forth of something. The seed that, you watch the pot, and you watch the pot, and we're talking the gardening pot, and you watch it, and you watch it, and then suddenly, it seems, one day there is a sprout, and the next day there's many, and from this barren, apparently, visually, pot of soil, suddenly there's growth all over, and it's growing, and it's growing, and it's growing in its own cycle. So Ingwaz is that sudden bursting forth, the sudden manifestation of things. It just appears as if overnight, possibly overnight. All of a sudden things are moving and going and happening and growing and becoming. And it doesn't require as much of that beginning nurturing. It requires watchful nurturing now, or perhaps some weeding out. But it doesn't require the same sort of focused energy that a seedling might require, that the seed, the one that's buried underneath. And you begin to get an idea of what it's going to become. So Ingwaz itself here is both the seed that we gave energy to, and the sudden appearance of it, springing forth, it coming into being, finally, happily, here we are. So that would lead us to interpret it this week as ideas finally taking form, seeds that we have nurtured and fed coming into being. Now you'll notice the placement of Ingwaz, and I'm going to zoom back out a little bit so you can get a better idea. Up here being the north or the earth, and over here being east or air. This Ingwaz is in the middle. It's a little more towards air, but it is more in that space that lies between them. The material and the idea. So these dreams, these seeds that are taking form, that are going to spring up, now would be a time, as they appear, to know what we want to do with it. To feel what other ideas spring into place. This may be the time where we realize the melding of the two. The ideas taking physical form. It may take a little more energy than expected, or it may take less. Seeds that have been planted and are now springing, they're in bud. We can see them. We have an idea of what they're going to look like. And so we get to decide how we want to nurture them. Do we want to replant them? Do we want them to just go on their own? Do we want to give energy to this dream, idea, or plant at this time? Remembering, of course, this being a weekly reading, well, any reading can cover any aspect from an actual seed to the big dreams, to a step in the big dream. Right, so to bring it back down. Ingwaz is the rune of growth. It is the rune of sudden growth. It is the rune of the seed that is hidden and then suddenly bursts into being. And it is placed between earth and air in this beautiful little spot here, which to me does indicate kind of a materialization of the idea. This week, this time, in whatever situation that pops into your head, some ideas are going to take form, are going to sprout, and you get to decide, is this what you wanted? Does it look like what you want it to become? Does it have the form, the placement, the flow, the beautiful lines of what you originally thought it was going to be? If yes, yay! What are you going to do about it? If not, okay, what are you going to do about it? How is it speaking to your truths now as opposed to the truths when you first started the seeds? And what sort of energy, ideas, thought processes, sunshine, food, do you need to feed it, nourish it? What kind of energy should it receive to put it, keep it on the path that you now desire it to be on? Remember, no wrong answer. Granted, that means there's no right answer. Everything just is, for the moment, the truth of the moment. Thank you very much. And I hope you have a great day.